Hello everyone, BleachBummer here, and welcome to the final parts of Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, part of the Kingdom Hearts Chronological Marathon, joined by Bowtie Fan, and being shouted by one of my Dream Eaters.
That's a mouthful.
Yep. We're back. Bowtie has finished his side of Sora in the world that never was, so now we're able to continue on. But to give you a final rundown of the party, Riku's still at level 50, not gonna matter much, but I'm gonna need these levels because, oh god, I hate the final boss in this game.
Not that.
I call bullshit, dude, I'm sorry. I've always had a hard time with him. Also one thing to actually boost the net a bit, hopefully, because we are talking through Discord,
Yeah.
and hopefully these things can help boost the net a bit. But either way, we have beat the beta-like at level 32. EX Porygon, the Komori Bat, has returned to us at level 35. And we have Fermita 421, the Drake back at level 35 as well. And I'm sure even you remember Fermita, I think.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, this is pretty much our party for the final battles of the game now. So let us proceed on. There's nothing much we can do. And if you noticed, the drop gauge is gone. Because once you finish, at least Sora's side, the drop gauge should be gone as Riku.
Since, of course,
End of the
there
road,
should be
huh?
no more dropping.
Yep.
I know I'm back in the real
Sora's
world.
been captured,
but I
and now
still
there's no
have
more
my
need to
Dream Eater
drop.
powers, which means
We are in the real world
He
now,
still
not the
hasn't
world of
woken up.
sleep.
where are you, Sora?
Even though the Dream Eaters are still here with us.
Yeah. But what's that?
Oh, look, it's Meow Wow.
Should have never been able to see from way over
Dream
here,
Eater.
honestly.
Is that where
But
Sora
okay.
is?
Uh,
How do I get
the
across?
Dream Eater ones. I'm sorry, but it's haunted me a lot for all the grinding I had to do to these guys. Like, grinding Riku and grinding Sora for Bowtie's side, that was not that bad. Grinding these bloody things from level 1 and actually making them viable for each world. That was a nightmare. Yeah, no hidden chests like there was in Kingdom Hearts 2. My command deck for combat might not be the best one for this boss, but you know what? I'm still going for it. And as for actions, it's as good as it can be, but I am still sad I do not have Dark Roll. This is the first time I've ever been without Dark Roll, because it's so good!
Oh, man. I was without Dark Roll for my very first run of this game on the 3DS.
How hard was it without
Not
Dark
that
Roll?
bad, actually.
Really?
Yep.
Because it was pretty bad for me fighting Ansem 2 and Anti-Black Coat Nightmare without it.
Oh, maybe I just got lucky.
And again, to be fair, those two bosses are pretty bad bosses as well.
Sora!
Yep. There's Sora and... oh, this guy again.
Hands off my new vessel.
Which we no longer need to hide
Vessel?
who he is since he
Yes.
revealed
We
himself.
originally had our sights set
Yep.
on you,
I think by...
but
did he reveal
you developed
his
a
true
certain resistance to darkness.
identity to...
So we did what the Keyblade did, and
Who,
moved down the list.
Sora
Roxas.
during Sora's visit
Now
to the
there
world that
was a
never was. I'm
worthy
trying to
candidate.
remember.
I'm pretty sure it was at the end of
Unfortunately,
Symphony of
he became
Sorcery.
too aware of himself and returned to Sora.
That's when he unveils his plan to Sora because
Organization
it's too late for Sora to do
13's
anything.
True goal is to divide Xehanort's heart among 13 vessels. Thanks to you and Sora, we learned not all our candidates were fit for the
I
task.
don't think so. I think it
but
happened when he
we
goes
managed
to
to make up
the
the
world that never
difference.
was.
And now,
Eh.
Sora.
I
the
don't remember, but
13th
either way, he's
vessel,
going to reveal himself
is
again
within
here
our
in case you
grasp.
weren't paying attention. But yeah,
Xehanort?
there's the big plot point of this one of Xehanort's true objective. 13 of themselves.
What is...
And there's
The
Zigbar,
real
Xemnas, and
Organization
Zim
13.
as
The
some of the
organization?
confirmed ones, and
I am Xehanort from the most distant past.
this guy known as Young
My future
Xehanort.
self gave me a task.
Hey, Xehanort
to
from the
visit
past.
splintered versions of myself in many worlds.
Yep, this is
and
where
ensure they
things
gathered
get
here today.
really irritating
past?
for
There are restrictions
many of the
to
Kingdom Hearts
movement
fans. Like,
through time.
I'm gonna be honest,
First,
despite
you
many of the
must leave your
bullshit
body
that
behind to
happened
do it.
within like stuff like
Then there must
Kingdom
be
Hearts
a
2,
version of
Birth
you
by
waiting at
Sleep,
the
Days,
destination.
and even the pointless
Upon arrival,
Recoded,
you can only
I was as
move
lenient as I
forward
could
as
be
per
with
the
this
laws of
series.
time.
Like, I was like, yeah, I can see the
And
problems
you
with this,
cannot
but
rewrite the
I can also
events that are
see
destined to
stuff that
happen.
makes sense.
What have you done?
When this happened, I was like,
My most
okay,
future self will
no.
arrive soon. Then
This was the first
for
time I
all
put
of
my
us will
foot down
return
on the
to
story
normal,
of the series.
and I will go back
I
to
mean,
my
I just take
era
things
to
for how
live
they
the
are,
life
so I'm
fate
not
has in
affected by any
store.
of that. You were
You
just
can
complaining
vouch
about.
for that.
So,
Well, there's also the fact that I probably am a writer more so than you, so stuff like this can get to those that understand writing a lot more. Let's admit that at least,
sure thing.
right?
I'm glad I'm not too late.
Mickey!
Just grab Sora so we can go. I can't stop them for long.
I get more
Okay.
into the writing of Kingdom Hearts at the end of the marathon. Don't worry, it's not as rant complainy as this was, I can assure you.
I said hands off.
How can you be moving?
But, oh boy, oh boy!
Oh no. Are you?
Be gone.
If you cannot clue in by the music, there's a reason I showed the worst super boss in the entire Kingdom Hearts series before the dream that was in Birth by Sleep before Dream Drop Distance showed. Guess who it was? This asshole! Yep! The mysterious figure in Birth by Sleep was young Xehanort. And now this is the final boss against him. Oh boy, I do not like this fight at all.
Thankfully, I never even played Birth by Sleep until Collections, so I'm not bothered by this as much as you are.
Well, I think the more reason I'm bothered by him is because, quite literally, and I'm not even joking here, is the PSP version was much harder.
Yeah. Which still proves my point. Well,
Wait, did my... Holy crap, Beat just blocked all those shots. Oh shit.
nice.
Oh, thank God for... But yeah. Be patient here. Do not try to rush or you will get killed. This guy has fairly unpredictable patterns. Like, there is stuff you can predict, but he also does in a way that can easily fool you if you're not careful. Basically, his patterns are meant to try and deceive you into where and when he's going to attack, forcing you to guard too soon or guard too late.
Nice.
That's why I'm guarding a lot during this fight.
I think on my very first run, I didn't have Dark Roll, but I did have Dark Barrier. But I've never gotten Dark Barrier ever since then.
Well, Dark Barrier is literally the best thing for Riku.
Yeah, but I don't have it.
Okay. But yeah, he also has a very powerful move that he could use if you're on critical mode. I've not seen him use that move, but he is... Oh god. Make a potion. Yeah, like, look, I'm level 50 and I am still getting my ass whooped. This guy does a lot of damage. Also, be ready, because the fight's not over yet. Shit!
Nice.
Are you kidding me?
Nice.
I thought I hit the freaking...
Guess you
Well,
didn't. Time to do the fight over again.
Fuck this boss. This is why you want to act fast there.
Amazing.
Okay. I gotta have to pause for a moment here and say this. Yeah, you thought, for those who were watching still watching so far, if you thought I hated Wargoyle the most, no, he's a bad boss, but it's mostly because he's way too tough for that early in the game. If he was in much later in the game, then yeah, I wouldn't mind him as much. I just think he's way too strong for the second boss of the game for both sides, and the arena you fight him in that boss rush for Sword Story was too small, but it's mainly that I think some of the more annoying bosses come in near the end of the game. So let me just say this up while I'm paused. And I think I told you one of the things that happened during the recording, my recording of the World That Never Was, dude. Anti-Black Coat Nightmare. Drops my HP to 1, then Snipe hits me as soon as I hit the ground.
Yep. I do remember that.
Ansem 2, and this one you haven't heard yet.
Ooh.
I was on his last bar. He was about halfway from defeat. He just combo hits me into the exploding dark orbs, and I die.
Amazing.
I was so close to beating him first try. Alright, I was so angry. And now we have to do with this for this guy. I somehow messed up on that.
Well, at least he doesn't get all his health back.
Thankfully.
He only gets half of it.
What are you gonna do? Have a balloon. There we go. Now we got him this time.
Unless you don't, of course.
Shit! Oh, I was too close.
Oh, wow.
Okay, gotta just get the timing right for the next one. Come on.
Yeah,
Okay, that's
it's
fine.
better to get them all separately than to wait too long and miss it.
Well, there's no time limit, thankfully, for the reality shift. That would have been just more annoying. But now we're not done yet still.
But you can fail it. That reality shift.
Come on. Come on. You want to just deal as much damage as you can, as quick as you
Oh,
can.
that sucks.
Okay. We're almost there. There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, because if he'll go through 4 different strikes on that phase. If he goes through all 4 of them, he will once again reset the battle and recover half of his HP. So, realistically, despite my mess up, you want to get the reality shift on the first go and then just go through them as fast as you can. But that's the key thing here. You need to make sure you have the right commands and time things right to just go through his HP fast. Unfortunately, we were too late. Master Xehanort is back.
Whoops.
All of this was decided. My 12 selves would welcome me here on this day, when I would return a complete person. It is the future which lies beyond my sight.
Why are you doing this?
In ancient times, people believed that light was a gift from an unseen land by the name of Kingdom Hearts.
This is also the last time we
Kingdom
hear
Hearts was
Leonard Nimoy
safeguarded by
voice
its counterpart,
Xehanort.
Yep.
Keyblade. Warriors vied for that precious light.
Poor Leonard
thus beginning
Nimoy,
the
rest in
Keyblade
peace.
War. The violent
May his
clash
soul rest in
shattered the
peace.
Keyblade into 20 pieces.
Or as he would put from one of his most famously played characters, live long and
The
prosper.
only real Kingdom
Hey.
Hearts was swallowed by the
I'm not even a Star Trek fan, but I know that well.
Same.
I once tried to create my own pure light and darkness
Yep.
to forge the Keyblade. But the attempt ended in failure.
There was his attempt that he mentioned in From Birth
In
by
my
Sleep,
eagerness,
when he tried to
I had
use
lost sight of the
Ventus and
correct way
Vanitas to
achieve my goal.
forge the Keyblade.
I acted rashly.
Guys,
I can
unfortunately,
admit
that method
now.
was not the right way to form it, so that's why the Keyblade in Birth by Sleep was incomplete. No matter what he'd do, it would not be the true Keyblade.
Ah, but destiny is never left to chance. I merely guided them to their proper places. The broken boy who failed to be the blade. The misguided master who sacrificed herself for a friend. And the feckless youth who became my new vessel.
I'd just like to add, how did they miss that part there?
I couldn't find a way to save them. But I wanted to believe that their sacrifice stopped you for good. Why? How was I so blind? I should have seen it. As soon as Maleficent started gathering the 7 princesses of heart.
Yep, even back then, it was still
Yes,
part of his
they
attempt.
were all mine
Yep.
doing.
Basically, in short, Kingdom Hearts
I
1 and
used
2
the
were
evil
Xehanort's
fairy to
second
find 7
attempt
pure
at
lights for me.
creating the
Just
Keyblade
as
by
I
gathering the
prepared
Princess of
13
Heart,
vessels to fill with
guided
pure
by
darkness.
Ansem Seeker of Darkness, while
you
Xemnas
failed.
was gathering
Sora
organization
stopped you in
members
your
to
tracks
be
on
Organization
both counts.
13, hopefully vessels for
Yes,
Xehanort.
he
But
did.
both
That
ends,
dumb
Sora
ordinary boy.
defeated the main
Keyblade
villain.
wielder so unlike any I have ever seen.
Thankfully so.
However,
But
I have
unfortunately,
not
it seems
my
like he's still continuing his plan.
The 7
Yep, this
guardians
is
of
basically, as you're seeing now,
13
Xehanort's
seekers of
third
darkness.
attempt. Now that he's a complete person again, he's begun
7
a third
Guardians of
attempt.
Light? Well, for Keyblade wielders, there's me and Riku and Sora. And my 3 missing friends, that's 6. Then the 7th would be... That means the 13 Seekers of Darkness.
Yep,
Yes, little king.
he's got all
Perceptive.
13, and they're missing 1 Guardian.
But Sora
Or
and
more
another of you
accurately,
is to belong to me now.
3.
And that puts you 3 guardians short.
How unfortunate.
But worry not. All of the pieces are destined to appear. Your 7 lights, just like my 13 darknesses, whose final clash
like, if you saw
will be
the-
prize I seek.
Well, you'll see in one of the
Keyblade.
next Lost parts that Xehanort actually planned for multiple routes to achieve his
The
goal.
13 darknesses shall
That's
be
why he
united.
has 3 different attempts.
All the seeds
Man
have
plans
been
for everything.
filled. And now, the last vessel
Yeah,
shall bear
this
my
is kind of
heart like the rest.
what I will be honest also, this is kind of what annoyed me a bit at first as well when I played this game and first saw it. Like, Xehanort basically being omnipotent and like, oh, I planned everything that happened throughout the adventure. And it's like, okay, I'm sorry. I hate it when villains are that omnipotent. I've even seen one in Bleach that was like that back when I watched and read the manga.
However, he didn't plan for everything.
Yeah, he didn't plan for everything. And I'll be honest.
Hey. There
Yeah,
he is.
Axel's back. But yeah, I'll just add real quick. I'll be
Axel.
honest.
Axel,
Oh yeah, believe. Whatever, it's the same person still.
got it memorized.
You're not supposed to be here.
Promises to keep.
He's gonna just
I'll
let
always
people
be
call
there
him
to get my friends
Axel,
back.
so whatever.
Yeah.
Bad
But yeah,
timing. You had
without
your
any
perfect little
interruptions, I'll be honest, like, despite
kind of forgot to
Xehanort's
write the
omnipotent, being able to
Now, let's find
know
out what
and plan
happens.
everything, I can say without
But now
spoiling
you
anything
won't,
of
Coot.
Kingdom
Our
Hearts
time
3
is
that Kingdom Hearts 3 really did amend things that were initially bad at first in Dream Drop Distance. Basically, it made them better. It made them
Yeah.
a lot more bearable and like, okay, that makes more sense now.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you hate this idea at first, Kingdom Hearts 3 will likely make more sense and
Why are you
make you feel
here,
like,
Axel?
okay, that's a lot better
Told you my
explained.
name's- Whatever. Axel. Fine.
On the
Now let's get
contrary, you
outta
could
here.
just not like Kingdom Hearts 3 as well. That sucks.
Yeah, but everyone has their own opinions. The series has gotten very decisive since Kingdom Hearts 2. Some people like it, some people don't. There's a lot of arguing of where the confusion started. I still stand, though, that Kingdom Hearts 1 and Chain of Memories are the least confusing in the series.
I think so.
Goofy, Donald, you saved us.
We are out of time.
But that's a
Neither
whole
the union of
topic.
light nor
But the
darkness
further rest of that topic is better list
Let us all return
after
whence
Kingdom
we
Hearts
came.
3, after the marathon.
But the gathering of the 7 and 13.
Oh man. Yep.
Nigh.
Yep. Neither, because they rescued
Let
Sora,
us finish this.
the 13
fated
darknesses
place.
became incomplete.
Once your
So
lights
now
and my
all of them are
darknesses
going back to their
have
own times.
joined
And yes,
together.
Syax / Isa is now one of the 13 as well.
Yep. He is now half Xehanort.
As for the other remaining of the 12 current 13 darknesses, since we now know 6 of them, as for the pretty much remaining 6, who they are, some of them you could easily figure out. Others you will probably have to
7
wait
lights.
until Kingdom Hearts 3 before
13
you see them, unless you look up the
Master Xehanort has
trailers
been
of Kingdom
busy.
Hearts 3 that pretty much spoiled, I think, all but 1 or 2 of them.
Yep.
And not that I'm mad at it. There were some things I didn't
Sora.
mind that the trailer
Don't tell
spoiled.
me
Other
your
things that I
heart's
was like,
sleeping too.
God, why?
No, Mickey. This affliction is not the same.
And there was stuff I didn't
Can we
mind
do
until I
anything
played
for
the
him?
game. Hit the game and I was like, okay, now I wish they didn't show that in the trailer.
In your mark
Yeah.
of mastery exam, you were to unlock 7 sleeping keyholes.
I mean, I didn't watch the
Doing
final battle
so,
trial
you
until
would
after,
awaken
so
those worlds from their prison of
I
slumber,
unfortunately
and
did.
also acquire the power to free a heart.
yeah,
But
that's
let's-
really unfortunate.
Riku,
But let's save some of
unlocked
those
those
discussions
key
along
holes
with the
within
writing in
Sora's
Kingdom Hearts as a
dreams.
whole for after the
Therefore, it stands
marathon,
to
right?
reason that you now have the power
again,
to
I'll show you
awaken
folks-
Sora's heart.
I'm honestly not gonna be like rant angry with
You
it, but
want him to
I'm
dive
not
back
gonna be
into
like
Sora's sleep?
overly optimistic in favor
But, Master,
putting it because
Sora's heart is
there
down
is
in the
flaws in
darkest
Kingdom
abyss.
Hearts, but
Riku's not
there is a lot of
careful,
good things as
he might
well.
just get trapped down there with
Yep.
them.
Yep.
No, I'll go instead.
And perhaps you may even succeed, Mickey.
But yeah,
There is no denying Riku
Sora's heart is in a
stands the better
different kind of
chance,
slumber state
having
compared to
dived into
Ventus.
Sora's heart as long as he has.
The only one that can wake him is Riku.
Well, he's not the only one, but he has the best chance.
Mickey, I really appreciate it, but I'll go wake Sora up.
Riku,
Yep.
Look at his face. Sleeping like nothing's wrong. Like there's nothing to even worry about. He's always been like that.
Oh, it probably
The
isn't
three
anything
of us
to worry
would
about.
agree to
I'm
work
sure
on
it's
the
fine,
raft.
right?
And then this guy would go take a nap on the beach. You
Well,
see,
that's
it's
definitely
my
lazy
job to
Sora.
keep him on his toes.
Yeah, I might get
Besides,
this out of the way in my
What kind of
opinion. Like,
Keyblade master sleeps
I
through his test.
do not hate
I'm doing it for
Sora.
me too.
I do think he's a bit of a bland
Sora
hero,
saved
but
me once.
there's times that's not wrong. But
I heard
I
him
don't
call
know. For
my
me,
name.
it just felt very weird
He
seeing
needs
his
me.
growth between one Chain of Memories and
there's
two,
something
and then just
real
him being
strong that binds us
very
to each other.
more goofy
Even
and
in
just
the darkness,
not
you
taking
can reach
things
him.
as seriously
All
he
you
did in
gotta
the
do
past 3
Just
games.
follow that connection.
Yeah, for at least here.
Gee,
That's
we're
at least how
all
I felt
connected
about
to
Sora.
Okay.
And
Not
if
sure
the
if you
darkness
noticed
gets
that,
you,
but
I promise
that's just
I'll
how
bail
I
you
felt
out.
about Sora in Dream Drop
Dark
Distance.
Rescue's
Kind of
my
why
middle name.
I kind of grew distant
Guys,
toward Sora
thank
and
you.
liked Riku more, but then again,
Sora
that's
and I
because
will be back soon.
Riku showed a lot more growth than Sora in pretty much all the games.
Yeah. I would say I don't feel the same way, more specifically because I wasn't really like I'm less into the characters in general and more into the game itself. But I can definitely see where you're coming from.
Yeah, now we got one last drop. We just need to collect 30 Soras.
Yeah. Of course, that's not to say I don't care about the story or the characters or anything. I
I-
love the story and characters, but you're definitely a lot more into the story than I am, since I am a lot more of a gameplay person.
No, there's some games I say are like, I feel a lot more gameplay based. Like, I'm gonna be honest sometimes.
Recoded doesn't
So,
count.
I wasn't gonna say Ricotta, I was gonna say like Kingdom Hearts. I was gonna say like, damn it, you got me saying Kingdom Hearts when I meant Sonic. Like, I hardly care much about the story sometimes in Sonic games, except
that's
for
fair.
maybe Unleashed.
That's fair, but like Sonic has always been more of a gameplay game than a story game. Kingdom Hearts is gameplay and story.
Well, that's kind of enough said for RPGs. That tends to be the case. I've rarely seen an RPG that has more focus on gameplay than story. I'm not saying they don't exist. Oh wait, actually, what am I saying? Some of the earlier RPGs, like the first Final Fantasy, were like that.
Yeah.
Because the story was just very basic and there wasn't a lot of character development.
Yeah. By the way, in case you couldn't tell, anti-Sora bad.
Yep, but you can kill them.
Yeah. But they can kill you.
Yeah, thankfully we got through that just fine, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we still have the one more battle, and technically, this is the final boss, but
It's the most difficult boss in all of Kingdom Hearts ever.
no.
The absolute most difficult boss. Harder than any enemy ever. Even the shadows. Even the standard unversed.
It's Waddle Dee! No, I'm kidding. I had to add that joke in after what you're doing. But yeah, Armor Ventus Nightmare. This battle I call the equivalent of pretty much Riku in Days and Data Roxas in...
With the exception
and
of you
Data-
dying there.
I'm fine.
But yeah, nobody could see it, but I could not keep a straight face there. While I was saying all that.
But yeah, I would definitely also say try to keep your HP high for this fight. Because you're gonna need it later on. Whoa, okay.
Nice.
Let's just switch out one of my party members. I think he got switched out. Yeah, whenever the walls get white, I always like to flow motion just to evade him because it's easier to dodge him while flow motioning.
Fair, but that's also the coward's way out.
Who cares? This fight's easy.
Fair.
Like, I'm gonna be blunt. I still consider young Xehanort the final boss of this game because he's a lot harder compared to this.
I mean, is he not,
Regardless if
is he not the final boss?
I don't know. There's apparently some people. I've not played 10, but there's apparently some people that consider stuff like
Hey, I
Yumi
haven't
Yevon.
played 10. Not yet.
All I know is that there's a cinematic thing that like can die in one hit, and some people consider that like it's still the final boss even if you can kill it in one hit. And, like that is still not a final boss to me. Just because you can kill, just because it's the last thing you fight in the game does not always make it the final boss. There are such things as cinematic battles. Whether they're just so easy that you're meant to win even if you could still game over, or you're just meant to lose them.
Well, by the technical term, it is a final boss, but also it's not a final boss, so... Everyone's right. Yay!
Pretty much, but it's kind of your opinion in the end.
Because I consider it the final boss, but not the final boss, so...
Hey, look at that. He's almost dead.
Yeah!
Okay, hi. Nice to see you too. Yeah, this guy's a lot easier than Young Xehanort. I've never had problems with this guy except when I first played at this game.
I think I've actually died to him once before.
Oh no, I wouldn't be surprised if people die to him. He's still early on. And now we're getting to the main bit here. You just kind of
There we go.
mash X, maybe.
It's just like fighting Vanitas, except for Vanitas, instead of mashing X, use your shot lock the whole punch.
Yep, and dead.
Congratulations.
See? That was very easy.
You win.
Though to be fair, on critical mode he is a lot tougher. But then again,
Oh, I believe it.